A Radio Tweak. This is a short piece that covers what the leader of the opposition said about Trudeau recently. Now, I saw this on Twitter from a guy named Pundit Class. You can look him up. What he actually said summed it up, and I quote, "It's extremely troubling watching the Prime Minister saying things he knows are not true. Mr. Trudeau needs to explain why he's trying to replace Parliament with press conferences." I believe that's an actual quote from Andrew Scheer. But here's that piece, and I think it should concern all Canadians.
Now, the Prime Minister keeps suggesting that without a deal, all 338 MPs will have to return to Ottawa on Monday with their staff. That isn't true, and he knows it. I've got to tell you something. It's extremely troubling watching the Prime Minister saying things that he knows aren't true. At a time when Canadians are looking to him for stability and leadership, it undermines his credibility when he says things that he knows won't happen. Only 20 MPs are required for quorum, and pretending otherwise to try to force the opposition to accept a bad deal is wrong. One sitting each week is unacceptable, even if it is eventually supplemented by a virtual sitting for a handful of additional MPs. Physical distancing means staying 2 meters apart, not staying away from Parliament. Now, Mr. Trudeau keeps pretending that his primary concern is on the health and safety of parliamentarians and staff. If that was the case, the government should have been negotiating over the last 2 weeks to determine what the optimal number of MPs in the chamber is and what public health requirements are needed to keep Parliament open. Instead, he keeps arguing that he should only have to show up to answer Canadians' questions 1 day a week. The Prime Minister stands and answers media questions 7 days a week. His ministers gather to hold a press briefing every day. Mr. Trudeau needs to explain why he's trying to replace Parliament with press conferences.
You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com, where you can find more links to us. Just click on the Contact tab for more details.